Today I'm delving into one of the most important foods in Greece and the Mediterranean, glorious grains. We'll see a few of the most ancient,
This is the really traditional way to do it with your fists.
unusual,
Oh, I got it.
and delicious Greek grain products. Great examples of the continuity and timelessness of so many Greek ingredients.
This is what whole grains are really all about.
I'll cook up a fresh and filling salad with Cretan dako. I'll make an easy, elegant Bulgar Pilaf paired with whole fish. And I'll toss up a great pasta dish with Greek yogurt, lemon zest, and herbs. Join me on my Greek table. I was born in New York and visited Greece when I was 12. I fell in love with the place and my husband. I moved to Athens 25 years ago to cook and write about Greece's healthy foods and natural beauty. I'm Diane Kochilas. Yassas. Grains are integral to the Greek table. For most Greeks, it would be unthinkable to eat almost anything without a wedge of bread, which is indeed the most beloved manifestation of grains and carbs in the Greek diet. The most important grains are wheat and barley. Both have been savored in Greece from time immemorial. The place of grains goes far beyond nutrition on the Greek table.
Walking through Rethymnon, we stumbled upon a memorial service at the local church. And at memorial services all throughout Greece, we serve something called koliva, which is this boiled wheat with nuts and raisins and sometimes pomegranate seeds, and it's a little bit sweet. It symbolizes regeneration, rebirth, and that's one of the reasons why it's also a symbol during these memorial services. It's a Christian symbol of rebirth.
All over the country, a tremendous variety of decorative breads that celebrate life. Engagements, weddings, christenings, and specific holidays are prepared. One of the most fascinating grain products is the ancient dairy-based dried pebbly trachana. There are many regional variations, local names, and ways to cook with it that are both traditional and modern. It is made into porridge and was the time-honored breakfast of farmers. I like to think of it as the world's first slow, fast food. Another slow, fast food is the range of bread rusks that abound in the Greek kitchen. They're called paximadia, after a 1st century AD monk named Paximus, who improved on an ancient recipe for twice-baked breads. Paximadia are really nothing more than a delicious way to preserve bread. In the Greek countryside, fuel, wood that is, for firing up ovens, was used sparingly. People developed a way to preserve their daily bread. Paximadia are made all over Greece in every shape and form, savory and sweet. I am here in the village of Enagron in the mountains of Crete to learn how to make one of the local varieties of paximadia. They are an age-old snack that lasts a long time in the cupboard. Farmers take them to the field for a midday nosh. Fishermen have them on hand to make an onboard fish soup more filling. Mostly, though, they are the beloved foundation in many a bread salad, both traditional and modern.
We're doing one of the most traditional recipes today, which is a mix of flours: barley flour, wheat flour, and cornmeal. Να ξεκινήσουμε με οποιοδήποτε αλεύρι. She said I can start with any flour. Barley is one of the oldest indigenous grains in this part of the Mediterranean, especially on the island of Crete. The corn is a newcomer, but you find it in all sorts of unexpected places in the Greek kitchen. It adds that sweetness that corn gives. This is heavy. It's very heavy. Και τώρα?
Ναι, κάνω ένα λάκκο.
So she's making a well in the flour. This is the most important part. This is the starter. We call it prosimi in Greek. And it has this great, really great sour flavor. That's what gives this the rusks that earthy flavor.
Έτσι.
So there's about a pound of starter for these 5 kilos of flour. A little bit of sugar. The sugar helps the yeast form. She puts the salt in the flour, not over the starter.
Θα βάλω το λάδι.
A whole glass of olive oil. Wow. And the most accurate measurement of all, as much water as it takes. So this is the most accurate measurement in Greece. She dilutes the starter, and then as you can see what's happening, she's taking flour from around the edges and slowly working that in. And this is the really traditional way to do it with your fists. That's how Greek women knead their dough. Kneading bread is the cheapest shrink. It takes a while to knead 10 or 12 pounds of flour. Then once you do this, you know, if something got on your nerves or you had some anxiety about something, you've kind of kneaded it all out.
Εψετιβάζω και δεν κολλάει, δεν μου γυρνάει πίσω.
Κατάλαβα. So she's saying she knows it's ready when the dough doesn't stick to her fists. Δεν κολλάει. It doesn't stick. She covers it with a sheet first, a clean sheet, and then she wraps it. This is wool, actually, and that keeps the heat in, and that helps the dough to rise. And this kind of keeps everything warm. This is going to rise now for about an hour. Να το ξεσκεπάσω, έτσι. I'm gonna reveal the dough. Oh, wow. It's really risen. Έχει φουσκώσει.
Ναι, έχει φουσκώσει αρκετά. Είναι έτοιμο. Αυτό που θα κάνουμε είναι αυτό.
She makes the loaf and cuts through it, not all the way to the bottom, basically scores it. These will be the baksimadi. It'll rise, bake, and then these pieces she can break off more easily because they're already marked. Out of this batch of dough here, she said she's going to get about 7 or 8 loaves. All the paksimadi are scored and shaped. These haven't even gone into the oven yet for the first baking, and they already smell really good. And she's doing something that is a really, really old tradition here. Old bakers used to put lemon leaves under the loaves before they go into the oven to bake the first time. That perfumes the loaves. We're going to bake off for about 15 or 20 minutes in a really hot wood-fired oven. She'll pull it out of the oven when the bread is still quite soft. Virginia will break apart the pieces. The soft wedges go back into an oven that's warm, not fired up, warm. So then the rusks actually dehydrate. And that's really the whole secret of the paksimadia. It's a tradition that's been part of Crete for probably thousands of years. And it's still really timely and really delicious. Grains are used from the first to the last course in the Greek kitchen. This is barley rusks called dako. It's very hard. So you have to get it soft. I'm going to dip it just in a little bit of water. And you want to let the last drops run off. This will be the base of my salad. I'm halving my tomatoes. I want all of that great tomato juice in here. That's actually going to help soften the rusks even more. A couple of celery stalks. Add a nice grassy, fresh note to this. I love to add mint to this dish because it just brightens everything up and it's a really wonderful herb to enjoy fresh. The next thing that goes in here are my capers, and I'm just going to add those whole. So the green apple is totally my addition. The apple just adds this beautiful, refreshing note. You want to add the apple really right before you're about to serve it so that it stays nice and green. And I like to grate it. It goes really nice with the celery. That's a classic combination. Right into my salad. The next thing I'm going to get in here is a little bit of feta cheese. I'm just going to crumble this right into my bowl. I'm going to add my extra virgin Greek olive oil, a little bit of salt. I'm just going to toss all this together. Look at these beautiful, vibrant colors. The rusks are all the more better with just a little bit of olive oil on them. I'm just spooning this beautiful mixture on here. I have to try some of this. This is wonderful. It's so substantial, yet so simple. This is what whole grains are really all about. Earthy, robust flavors, wholesomeness, but something that's really delicious.
Grains take many forms beyond bread and rusks, of course, such as pasta. According to at least one theory, the Greeks actually invented pasta, the primitive form of which was a grilled strip made from batter and called laganom, not too far a linguistic stretch from present-day lasagna. There are dozens of local, regional pasta varieties and shapes.
Pasta is a grain product, and it's one of the world's most favorite grain products, myself included. I've never met a pasta dish I didn't like, but this pasta dish I love. I'm gonna cook up my pasta, make a really quick sauce with sauteed onions and garlic, Greek yogurt, and a lot of herbs. I like to make this particular dish with a flat noodle, like tagliatelle, because it was originally Greek. In Greek mythology, the Greek god of fire, Hephaestus, invented a machine that made strings out of flour and water. Now that sounds a lot like the first pasta maker to me. I'm gonna saute my onions. I'm ready to add my garlic. Just a quick saute to soften it up. These are almost ready. You have to work a little fast when you do this recipe. Yogurt goes in the bowl. Herbs go in the bowl. Rosemary, mint, parsley, chives, lemon thyme, regular thyme, Greek oregano, anything you have and anything you love. My onions and all that nice olive oil that they were cooked in. My Greek pasta posing as Italian tagliatelle. The whole secret is to toss the hot pasta with the yogurt and the herb and the onion mixture really fast. I always get a little bit of olive oil in here and a little bit of pasta water, loosen up the yogurt a bit. And the secret ingredient to a lot of my recipes, just a little bit of grated lemon zest, some black pepper. Toss quickly. This is a beautiful thing. I have to taste this. The tartness of the yogurt and its creaminess combined, it's always a surprise. This dish is one of the most unusual ways to enjoy one of the world's most popular grain products. Pasta al greco. And what would I drink with this? A really nice Savatiano. This is from the Attica region. It's a mildly acidic Greek white wine, and it has those beautiful undertones of citrus, lemon, little peach and apricot. It goes really nicely with the yogurt in this pasta dish. You see, Gian. I am really excited because I have Kyria Eleftheria here, and we're in her kitchen at Raki Baraki in Rethymnon, a little meze restaurant. She's going to teach me how to make one of my really favorite Greek dishes, which is a stewed eggplant with the Cretan xenochondro, this sour kind of version of trachana. She described this dish in 3 very important words: simple, classic, Cretan. And I think that kind of sums up everything here. The first thing we're going to do is add the olive oil to the pot. She always cuts the eggplant in those big pieces, and she basically coats it in the oil for 2 to 3 minutes, just to start softening up a little bit. Ah, que patata. She's adding potato to this too. 2 potatoes. Here's a really accurate Greek cooking direction. She cooks the eggplant just until it takes on the flavor of the onions and the olive oil, which is about 2 to 3 minutes. The potatoes and the eggplant are going to take around the same amount of time to cook. The next thing that she's going to do is add white wine, Cretan white wine, of course. Wow. Εγώ παίρνω τη μυρωδιά. Smells good.
Κάποιες οικογένειες μπορούν να το βάλουν και ολόκληρο.
Ah, ναι. So the next step is to add the garlic, and you can see she cuts it in pretty big chunks. And she does that because she wants the garlic to show. That's what she just told me. You know, this is the heart and soul of Greek cooking. Eggplant, onion, garlic, potatoes, tomatoes, in countless recipes. Every little corner of this part of the world has some interpretation of that combination of ingredients. That's like the total beauty of this cuisine. Salt, pepper, a little bit of dried thyme. Είσαστε έτοιμοι για...
Ναι, να βάλουμε το μαϊντανό και το δυόσμο.
So the parsley, maidano, and mint, which is the osmo in Greek. She's going to use, again, the most accurate unit of measure in Greek cooking, which is what we say, με το μάτι, just eyeballing it. Περίπου πόσο βάζετε?
Περίπου μια κούπα.
Around a cup. It looks so hearty and so comforting, like real Greek mommy's food. This dish is a really good example of the way grains are used all over Greece. This is creative cooking. On Crete, it just evolved naturally from what grows, and it's the soul of the Mediterranean diet.
Θέλει να βάλεις και κάτι από σένα.
So you put your soul in the pot. You put your a little bit of yourself in whatever you cook. That's the real secret.
Λοιπόν, εμείς...
This is pretty much ready. So, she just surprised me. This is traditional Cretan food, and this is ancient Cretan food. It's a pot full of xenochodros with some vegetables and snails, which have been eaten on this island from Minoan times and even further back. Wow, that smells good. She's going to show me how to eat this now because there's a little trick to eating the snails. Για δείξτε μου.
Λοιπόν, εδώ, το ρουφάμε. Κάνουμε εδώ ένα κύκλο.
Και μετά βγαίνει.
Το κάνεις πιο εύκολο.
Οκ.
Από εκεί, κρατάς, εκεί μπράβο. Βρούμητα τώρα το πυρούνι σου, το καρφώνεις εδώ, έτσι, και το σηκώνεις απάνω.
Oh, I got it.
Να.
Oh, it's really good. Can't wait to taste this. Μαζί.
Θα μας πεις και την γνώμη σου.
I love this dish. Γεια στα χέρια σας. Είναι τέλειο. Είναι τέλειο. It's hard to believe that there's no meat in this dish. It's so filling, it's so rich, it's so hearty. Γεια στα χέρια σας, πραγματικά. Health to her hands. So she could cook for another 37 years food that's this great. Ancient grains have been part of the Greek diet for thousands of years. I'm making a beautiful Bulgar Pilaf. Bulgar is a kind of cracked wheat. It's really easy to work with. Add water, twice the amount. I'm going to serve it with a beautiful piece of fish. All I have to do is let it soak, absorb the water, and soften up. I have a beautiful piece of Greek sea bass here. I'm just gonna roast it really simply with some herbs and some lemon, some rosemary, some thyme. Any fresh herbs you like will go really beautifully in here. I'm just gonna salt my fish inside and out, and a little bit of pepper, just for some flavor. The fresh herbs will give really gorgeous flavor to the fish. I like to put herbs around the fish as well. I'm just gonna slice some lemon. Okay, this looks really pretty, and it adds really nice flavor too. A little bit of olive oil. And I'm just gonna pop this in the oven. So I'm gonna start my delicious Bulgar Pilaf. I'm just gonna get my fennel and leeks going. Think of tabbouleh. That's really what bulgur is. It's the base for a tabbouleh salad. Except for this Bulgar Pilaf, I'm cooking some of my vegetables. My fennel, my leek. This is gonna cook up for just a couple of minutes, really just to soften. I add some of my own little touches here, some chopped walnuts and some green olives. I like to hand chop the walnuts, just a very rough chop. Again, this is just a rough chop. I love the green olives because they add a little bit of color. And I want to show you something. I want my vegetables to have a little bite to them. I want that crunch. So you really want al dente fennel and al dente leeks in here. They retain their color that way too. And a little bit of garlic. The next thing that's going in here are these gorgeous tomatoes. Just a little bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and my secret ingredient, ouzo. My bulgur should be ready. And look at that. It's nice and plump and soft, but still granular. That's exactly what we want. I'm just gonna add my tomatoes, leeks, and fennel, a little bit of parsley. I'm using dill here. This goes really well with the lemon and goes really well with fish. My olives, these crunchy walnuts, and just a little bit of lemon zest. And I'm just gonna toss this. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to this. As soon as this is plated up, I'm gonna get my fish out of the oven. Look at this beauty. I can't wait to taste this. Super healthy Greek meal. Oh, look at that. And get off just a tiny corner of the fish. It's really crunchy, but the bulgur is nice and tender. This is the perfect example of how to live well, eat delicious food, and feel great. Kikno. La foto del pinaki. Το ψάρι είναι φρούτο. Εδώ είναι οι πιο πρόστατες. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.